I never thought that one reckless night would change everything. It was all because of his words, echoing in my mind. You're mine now, little wife. But back then, I didn't realize I hadn't taken any precautions afterward. I didn't even clean up properly in the shower. A month later, the pregnancy test came back positive. And it was twins. At the time, I had no idea how precious these two babies would be to a family like the Sterlings, where heirs were as rare as diamonds in the rough. I was just a broke college student scraping by. That one night, he bought it for $10,000. Now, pregnant, I couldn't even scrape together $3,000 for an abortion. Desperate, I had no choice but to track down the father. The father of my babies was Damian Sterling, the undisputed billionaire CEO of Sterling Enterprises, a possessive alpha male with a reputation for ruthless tactics in the boardroom and beyond. He was a mafia boss in disguise, always wearing that sleek black bead bracelet on his wrist, a symbol of his unyielding control. Rumors said he was 29 and had never broken his vow of celibacy, until that night. His grandmother, Eleanor Sterling, had been frantic about the family line, so she'd arranged for me to spend the night with him. Afterward, I got the $10,000, enough to cover tuition and some living expenses. I thought I could finish college in peace. But during freshman orientation checkups, the pregnancy hit me like a freight train. I stood up, facing him, his aura so dominant it made my knees weak. My hands twisted the hem of my shirt as I asked, "Do you remember me?" Damien looked down, nodding slightly, his eyes like a bottomless abyss, cold, unreadable. He seemed thinner, and that irritated me for some reason. I bit my lip, shame burning my cheeks. "I'm pregnant. But don't worry, I'm getting the surgery today. Just, could you cover the $3,000? It's a lot for me." The man in front of me wore clothes that screamed luxury. Fine Italian wool, probably worth more than my entire wardrobe. $3,000 was pocket change to a billionaire CEO like him. My voice trailed off, and I lowered my head, terrified of his icy stare. It made my skin crawl. He looked untouchable, dangerous. What if he denied it? What if he accused me of lying? Damien didn't speak. Instead, he grabbed my hand and dragged me through the hospital for tests. I stumbled along, confused. What was he doing? These weren't abortion checks. They were something else. I wanted to ask if he'd pay, but his face could freeze hell over. Who was this guy? Why could he skip lines like he owned the place? And was he mute? Not a word since he showed up. His friend, Ethan Black, seemed friendlier, at least smiling instead of scowling. Ethan shook his head at Damien's silence. This guy's face could scare off a grizzly. Thinks everyone's as tough as him. After the tests, we waited in a VIP lounge. Finally free from Damien's grip, I relaxed a bit. Ethan sat down, grinning. "Hey, sister-in-law. I'm Ethan Black, Damien's childhood buddy. Nice to meet you. Take care of him, yeah?" I stared, horrified. "I'm not your sister-in-law. You got the wrong girl. What do you want? If you won't pay for the surgery, just say it." I'd been holding that in forever. Ethan chuckled meaningfully. "You'll be soon enough. Don't freak out. We just did a paternity test. I know you're not scamming, but protocol, you know? Safer that way." That pissed me off. "What, you think I'd lie for surgery money?" Ethan waved it off. "Misunderstanding, sis. This is Damian Sterling, the big boss. If the kids are his, we'll take full responsibility for you and them." I gritted my teeth, glancing at Damian, who sat silent as a statue. "You better mean that. If the results say they're his, you pay for the surgery and my recovery, no skimping." I couldn't bark at Damian. His possessive alpha male vibe was terrifying, but Ethan was easier. Ethan rubbed his temples. "Sis, you don't get it. If they're Damian's, we'll care for you and the kids. Not abort them." I froze, staring at Ethan, then Damian. Our eyes met, his cold, mine wide. Clenching my fists, I gathered courage. "Is that true?" Damian nodded, speaking for the first time. "Yes." My gut reaction? "I don't want to keep them." His face didn't change. "Why?" His aura crushed me, but I pushed on. "I'm still in school. Pregnancy will ruin everything." Damian's voice was flat. "I'll take care of you. The children stay." I collapsed inside. What about my feelings? I'm the one carrying them. I need to graduate, pay off debts, build a life. How can I with a belly? People will talk. Damien's tone brooked no argument, no choice. We stared each other down, my eyes welling up with frustration and helplessness. Ethan jumped in. Sis, don't rush the abortion. Hear me out. The Sterlings have struggled with heirs for generations. Late kids, fertility issues. Damien's the same. These twins, a miracle. They're the future of the family line. But don't worry, you're the mom. Damien will be responsible. All your needs covered, food, clothes, everything. No more money worries. Just focus on the pregnancy, and your life will be smooth sailing. Silence. Ethan's words looped in my head. No more struggling? That's what I'd always dreamed of. The cost? Keeping the babies. I looked at my flat stomach, emotions swirling. If I could, I didn't want to hurt them. They were mine too, my blood. If Damien meant it. I met his eyes. Is that your word? He nodded. As long as the children stay, you're set for life. I smiled bitterly. Fine, I'll keep them. But conditions. When I want to marry someone else, you don't stop me. And I get to see the kids. Damien agreed instantly. Deal. We waited quietly for results. The dean entered respectful. Mr. Sterling, Mr. Black, results are in. Ethan grabbed the paper, beaming. Damien, they're yours. The dean wiped sweat, echoing congrats. Damien just hummed, unmoved, like the twins weren't his world-shaking news. Out, he told Ethan, who grinned and left with the dean, probably to tell Grandma Eleanor. Alone, I tried to leave, but Damien's voice stopped me. Sit. The room chilled further with just us. He looked Chomung, face paralyzed in that dominant scowl. I sat, fiddling with my fingers to ease the awkwardness. Damien observed me, slim, fragile, like a gust could knock me over. From my background, he pegged me as a little lost soul, no one ever kind to her. Well, he'd changed that. He sipped tea. From today, you live with me. I'll handle everything, food, clothes, travel. I looked up, stunned, my expression soft and cute to him. Live with you. His eyes were indifferent. Problem? Weekly, what about school? Bus every day? And I had no clue how far his place was. I'll drive you personally. That horrified me. Every second with this obsessive alpha male felt oppressive. I twisted my fingers. I think dorms are fine, convenient. His tone hardened, no choice. So bossy. In my head, I grumbled about this grumpy sunshine dynamic. Him the storm, me the ray trying not to get extinguished. Daily drives sounded exhausting, especially with classes. Fine, nights at your place, but lunches at school? Afternoons might run late. He conceded, acceptable. That day, I moved into Damien's penthouse in New York City's most exclusive tower. Only 20 minutes from campus by his sleek Maybach. For lunch, I'd stay on campus, so I packed light from the dorm. Weekend, roommates out. No one saw the billionaire CEO pick me up, saving me from gossip. On the drive, I fiddled with my phone, agonizing over telling my advisor about off-campus living. Typed, deleted, repeated. Damien made one call. Minutes later, advisor approved. I snuck glances at him, shocked. Just a phone. Others said it was a hassle, forms, proofs. Who was he? Ethan called him the boss. Even the hospital dean bowed. Mafia boss whispers? I searched on my crappy phone. Damien Sterling, heir to the Sterling Empire, billionaire CEO, ruthless in deals, nicknamed the Shadow King for his underground ties. Wore that black bead bracelet like a talisman. Devout. Online said he was a celibate enforcer until now. I peeked carefully, thinking I was sneaky. But Damien caught every move, like a timid bunny in his lair. The low-key luxury black Maybach pulled into the elite villa district. Even I, from out of town, knew it was untouchable wealth. Money alone wasn't enough. You needed power. No classmates lived here. How loaded was Damien? His villa was the crown jewel, sprawling, taking up a third of the area. We drove 5 minutes just to reach the entrance. I gawked as he unbuckled me, my eyes wide like a deer's. Inside, staff greeted us. I swapped shoes awkwardly, stepping into opulence that dwarfed TV mansions, marble floors, crystal chandeliers, everything screaming luxury lifestyle. Damien sank into a genuine leather sofa. I stood fidgety, afraid to touch anything. He patted beside him, sit. I perched lightly, scared my cheap clothes would stain it. Everything here cost fortunes. Even towels outpriced my wardrobe. Self-doubt hit hard. I didn't belong. Damien noticed my unease. Standing, he scooped me up princess style, plopping me deep into the cushions. I blinked, mouth agape, as he sat close, composed. The butler, Mrs. Ford, lined up staff in neat rows. Sir, how do we address the miss? Before I spoke, Damien, wife. They chorused madam, stunning me. My face flushed. I'm not, Damien fixed me. You are, because I say so. To staff, treat her as you treat me, no slights. Mrs. Ford nodded, dispersing them. Lunch is ready, sir. Damien, prepare for a pregnant wife, nutritious. Mrs. Ford beamed at me. Oh, madam, you're too thin, eat up. Lunch was lavish, gourmet spreads I'd never tasted. Belly full, I sat lost. Staff cleaned everything. At home, I do all chores, or face mom's curses and switches. Damien beckoned Mrs. Ford, take her to rest. To me, sleep well. Don't overthink. I murmured okay, following upstairs. The room? Massive, twice my old living room. Gorgeous decor, full amenities, cozy perfection. Any changes, madam? I smiled politely, it's perfect. Thank you. She waved it off, thanks sir, he arranged it. Alone, I explored, touching luxuries I'd never seen. Sweaty from walking, I hunted for a fan, nope, but AC remote. Hesitant, AC guzzled electricity, $10 plus a night. In dorms, I paid dearly while roommates blasted it. They could afford, I couldn't. Sighing, I set it down, opening windows, and came hot air. Shut quick. Sat to cool, then napped on the huge bed, enduring the heat. In his study, Damien heard Mrs. Ford's report, nodding before work. Around 2 p.m., uninvited guests, his parents. Mom Eleanor had wanted to come since hearing about the pregnancy, but errands delayed. Post-nap, she rushed over, eager to meet me, only to learn I slept. She barged into his study. When's she up? Damien, not looking, don't know. She's tired, let her rest. Concern laced his words. Eleanor pouted. What do you think of her? Good heart. He handed her my file. She scanned, sweet girl, timid. Seeing my family's neglect, parents favoring brothers, sucking me dry, infuriated her. Slamming the paper. What trash parents? Deny her education to fund deadbeats? Poor thing. Pregnant with our heir, she's family now. No mistreating her, got it? Damien looked up, understood. Eleanor rose. I'll check on her. Damien followed. With Mrs. Ford, they peeked in, heat wave hit. AC off, room sweltering. I slept in faded clothes, uncovered, sweating, restless. Mrs. Ford rushed to turn on AC, guilty. Damien scowled bedside, wiping my sweat with tissues. Stay, cool the room, then raise temp, he told her. Outside with Mom, she wouldn't turn it on, saving pennies. Eleanor fretted. AC costs nothing to us. So hot, breaks my heart. Understanding my past, she's good, not greedy. Once awake, I'll shop for her. No more suffering in our home. Mrs. Ford waited half-hour, cooled room, covered me, left. Downstairs, Eleanor chatted with Damien. Mrs. Ford reported, room's comfy, she's sleeping peacefully. The cool, soft bed lulled me deeper. I woke past 3 p.m., comfy under covers I hadn't pulled. AC hummed. Who turned it on? It wasn't hot anymore. But AC meant money draining. Panicked, I shut it off, wincing at wasted electricity. Unsure, I headed downstairs for Mrs. Ford. Spotting Damien and an elegant older woman, similar features, powerful aura. I guessed his mom. Dodging them, unwed, pregnant, low class. I didn't want her to stain. Light steps away, but Eleanor called, Dear. I froze, tense, back turned, helpless. Deep breath, turned smiling shakily. Hello? Need something? Their combined presence overwhelmed, speech stuttered. Self-loathing surged. Country girl, unworthy of this penthouse world. Family hate made me insecure. Eleanor's heart ached, softening. Come here, sweetie. My body stiffened, heavy steps. Though kind-faced, her elegance intimidated. But disobey? Risk harder days. For the baby's sake, I approached. Damien watched blankly. I stopped before Eleanor, bowing low, ma'am. Putting myself servant level. She grabbed my hand, no need. I panicked, trying to pull back gently, not hurt her. She tugged me down beside her. Relax, I'm not mean. Just chat. Swallowing fear, sweat beating. Yes? She smiled. I'm Damien's mom, Eleanor. I know about the babies. Damien brought you for safe pregnancy. Don't worry, stay comfy. Sterlings have air issues generations back. Your twins? Blessing. We'll protect them, and you. This year's tough, but thank you. I opened mouth, closed nothing. SUV de reste? How, with Damien's cold dominance? Feared one wrong move. He had no feelings for me. That night? Lust. All this for the kids. Lynn said heirs rare. Damien confirmed. Eleanor too. So twins vital, maybe only heirs. I lived luxury thanks to them. But if choice? No pregnancy, no elite ties. Graduate work, self-sufficient. No ifs. Lips pursed silent. Eleanor saw my faux strength, sighed. Not pressuring you. Heirs precious, but in danger? Your life first. Not tool, human. Tears welled. I whispered okay. Eleanor differed from imagined snobs. Approachable, unlike Damien. Him. Terrifying, avoided glances. Eleanor noted relaxation, pleased. You must need things here. Let's shop? I shook head. No, ma'am. Everything's here, perfect. Chi home stocked. Luxuries unseen before. Satisfied? Beyond. Feared spoiling, unable to return normal. Eleanor disagreed. Clothes at least. Come on. Pulled me up, heading out. I resisted. Really no expense. I'm fine. She eyed my faded outfit, heart twinged. From file, only 2 similar sets packed. Good. Hardly. Tug of war, me begging off, her insisting. Damien twirled his black beads, expressionless, then stood, follow. Striding out, broad back commanding. I shivered, stopped resisting, trailing silently. With Eleanor, I'd push him? No. She beamed, holding my hand, disliked his cold tone but glad I obeyed. He needs to talk nicer, hurts feelings. Outside, driver pulled Maybach. Damien front, us back. I quiet. Eleanor chatted, easing tension. I focused on her, ignoring him, helped somewhat. Still cautious, fearing slips. Arrived at massive mall. Endless luxury stores, opulent. I'd gawked outside before, never entered. Classmates said items started hundreds, thousands pricier. No money for that, tuition stretched me. Now facing it, resistance surged. Shiny floors would mirror my poverty. My place? Grimy markets. Eleanor urged in. I froze, hesitant, rejecting. What dear? Just a mall. Anyone welcome. Don't overthink. She saw my insecurity from past. Unchangeable, but conquerable with time. She's mine. Every breath she takes belongs to me. No one touches what's his, touch her and die. We stepped inside, the air-conditioned coolness wrapping around us like a luxurious embrace, scented with high-end perfumes from Cartier and Van Cleef and Arpels boutiques lining the marble halls. Crystal chandeliers hung overhead, casting sparkling light on display windows filled with diamond-encrusted watches and silk gowns that screamed billionaire lifestyle. Eleanor led the way, her arm linked with mine, while Damien trailed behind like a shadow, his possessive husband energy radiating, making sure no one even glanced too long at his little wife. First stop, a private salon in the penthouse level of the mall, accessible only by VIP elevator. The stylist, flown in from Paris, fussed over me, recommending outfits that hugged my figure just right, whispering about how the pregnancy glow would make me shine. Damien approved each one with a nod, his eyes darkening as he imagined me in them, submissive, his to ruin. Try the red dress, he commanded, voice low and dominant. I obeyed, emerging to his gaze that screamed obsession. Good girl, he murmured, pulling me close for a wall kiss that left me breathless, his hands possessive on my waist. Eleanor beamed, adding jewelry. A Van Cleef necklace that cost more than my tuition. For our grumpy sunshine duo, she teased, though Damien's age gap with me only fueled his protective jealousy. We lunched in a private room overlooking the city, caviar and champagne, non-alcoholic for me. But Damien's hand never left my thigh under the table, a hint of punishment if I pulled away. Back home to his New York penthouse, with floor-to-ceiling windows viewing Central Park, we unpacked. That night, tension built, enemies to lovers sparking. He cornered me in the red room, a space of dark romance with silk sheets and red ropes dangling suggestively. "You're pregnant with my heir," he growled, tearing at my clothes in a fit of jealousy over some imagined slight. Mine to punish. The bath play followed, steam rising as he pinned me against the tiled wall, his belt looping my wrists in a forced marriage of passion. High heat, but YouTube-safe hints of dominance and submission. Sweet moments mixed with abuse. His revenge on my past hardships, vowing to destroy anyone who'd hurt me. Private jet plans for Italy's family villa, where we'd escape on his yacht. "Baby girl, you're my obsessive alpha male's everything." Luxury wrapped us, Maybach rides, Cartier gifts. But his "your mine" echoed, sealing our marriage of convenience. As months passed, the twins grew, his touch softening yet possessive. One jealous fight led to car play on the way to a gala. Windows tinted, vibrations hinting at ecstasy. High sweet, cuddles in the Italian manner, him whispering "little wife, our age gap means I protect you forever." High abuse. Arguments where his mafia boss side emerged, but always ending in make-up passion. High H. Red room sessions with belts and ropes, detailed tension without explicit. His dominant control, my submissive yield. In the end, this forced marriage bloomed. Enemies to lovers, with an heir on the way. Touch her and die, he meant it that she's mine. No escape from this possessive husband.